In a village called Piazetzna lived a man who was a very nice man in many ways, but he had one big flaw, and that was he was stingy. And this man fell in love with a woman, and she fell in love with him, and they got married. And at first things were wonderful. They got on really well. Physically, they were really compatible. Somebody once said marriage is more than 4 bare legs in a bed, but it is 4 bare legs in a bed as well. And they were very good and had a good time in bed. So there were lots of hanky-panky, and they both were happy. But after a while, the woman came to the man and said, "Darling, I need 25 rubles for housekeeping." 25 rubles? But I gave you 20 rubles just 2 days ago. What happened to it? She said, "What did you have for supper last night?" He said, roast goose and roast potatoes and green beans. Absolutely delicious. The 20 rubles, she said, went straight into your tummy. I said, "Yeah, but another 25. Listen, take 15. See if you can make do on 15. A bit grumpily, she took the money. And that night, when he suggested a little bit of hanky-panky, it was, "Sorry, I've got a headache." A few days later, she came to him again. "Darling, I need some money. 20 rubles. But you just, I gave you 10 rubles. I gave you money the other day." And it went on like this until there was no hanky and there was no panky. And the man became disillusioned with the whole institution of marriage. Decided to end it. Went to the rabbi. He said, "Rabbi, my marriage isn't working out." "Okay," said the rabbi, "you want a divorce?" No. Divorce is out of the question. Divorce is much too expensive." "So," said the rabbi, "Well, what do you want me to do?" "I want you to pray that she should die." "Are you mad?" said the rabbi. "I'm a Jewish rabbi. I can't pray that she or anybody else would die." "Well, you're supposed to be smart. Tell me what to do." The rabbi said, "I don't know." "Wait, I have an idea. In the city of Lemberg, they tell me there's a young rabbi. He's very young, but he's very, very wise. He knows the Talmud absolutely by heart. They say you can open the Talmud anywhere and put a pin through any word, and he'll tell you what the word is on the other side. Why don't you go to him and see what his advice is?" Okay, the man went, got his carriage, drove to Lemberg, went to see the rabbi, told him the story. The rabbi said, "So what's the problem that you're having with your wife?" And he explained to him, "She's always asking me for money. There's 20 rubles this day and 25 rubles the next day." The rabbi soon got the lay of the land, said, "Okay, I may be able to help you." Took down a huge volume and opened it. Said, "See what it says? See what it says here?" It says, "Anyone who pledges money to charity and does not fulfill that pledge, their loved ones will die." Now, you don't have children, you don't have brothers and sisters, your parents have passed on. It's just your wife, really. All you've got to do is make pledges to charities and not fulfill them. "Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Rabbi." The man went home. The next Saturday, in the synagogue, in the middle of the service, he jumped to his feet and shouted, "I pledged 200 rubles for the orphans," and sat down. Everybody was totally stunned. 5 minutes later, he jumped to his feet again. "I pledged 300 rubles for the old-aged home," and sat down. 5 minutes later, he jumped up again. "I pledged 400 rubles for the roof." As everybody knows, roofs of churches and synagogues always need repair. Now, you can't do business on Saturday, but as soon as Saturday was over, 3 men were knocking at the door of the stingy man. He opened the door, saw these women. "What do you want?" "I'm here for the 200 rubles for the orphans," said one. "I'm here for the 300 rubles for the old age. I'm here for the roof," said the third one. "What are you talking about? You're not getting a penny from me." And he banged the door in their faces. And then he waited to see what would happen. Well, nothing happened. His wife went on, healthy as a horse, couldn't understand it. Got in his carriage, went back to Lemberg. He said, "I did what you told me, but my wife is fine." Oh, said the rabbi, let's take another look at that passage. Whoever pledges money to charity and does not fulfill that pledge, well, you didn't fulfill your pledge, that's fine. Their loved ones will die. Well, I can see what the problem is. Do you love your wife? No, he said. Don't like her at all. Oh, well, that's the problem then. I'll tell you what you need to do now. Lemberg has many fine jewelry stores. You must go out and you must buy a beautiful necklace. Beautiful. Don't stint. You'll save money this way. Get a really beautiful necklace and you come back from Lemberg and give it to your wife. He did that. Bought a really lovely necklace. Came home from Lemberg. His wife was there, greeted him sulkily, gruffly. He said, darling, I have a present for you. Oh, a present. And he took out the necklace. Oh, she said, that is so gorgeous. Would you put it on me? He put it around her neck. And he smelt her smell again. And she said, oh, that's gorgeous, gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. But you just came back, you must be hungry. Let me fix you dinner. She made him a lovely dinner. She sat there with him. She talked to him. So tell me about Lemberg. What did you see in the stores? What were the women wearing? And that lovely supper. And afterwards, she said, you know, it's been quite a while since we had any hanky or any panky. And they had the hanky and the panky, and it was lovely. And they were getting on really well. And then she got sick. And the doctors didn't know what to do. Really sick. Getting worse and worse. And the man was in a panic. He got into his carriage, drove to Lemberg, said to the rabbi, Rabbi, my wife has got sick. I think she's going to die. I don't want her to die anymore. Ah, said the rabbi, there's only one thing you can do. Fulfill your pledges to the charities. And that's how the clever young rabbi got 200 rubles to the orphans, 300 rubles to the old, 400 rubles to the roof, and fixed a marriage.